Well, it may not come wrapped in a bow, but if a new job is topping your Christmas list, you may be in luck. In 2012, Canadian baby boomers are supposed to be hitting their golden retirement years and freeing up some current positions. Here to talk a little bit about the expected projections for the year, Geoff Bagg is Chief Executive Officer of Bagg Group. Jeff, great to have you back on.
Good to be back.
A little bit of a surprise, because I actually thought that the baby boomers, given what's happened in the stock market in 2008, might retire a little bit later. What's your sense of what's going to happen in 2012?
Well, talking about the baby boomers, some of them will retire. What we've seen is a recent survey just showing that about 24% of them plan to stay in longer. I think the older is the new younger, so they're in good shape, they're healthy, they want to contribute. And to be honest, a lot of their portfolios haven't done well, and so they've got good economic reasons to stay in the workforce.
Okay, against that kind of a background then, what are the hot jobs do you think going to be in 2012?
There's a number of areas. Obviously, healthcare with an aging population will be huge. There was a survey in the US, and out of the top 20 jobs, 13 of them were in healthcare, so that's always big. Other areas on the IT side of things, data security, data analysts will be huge, especially in the banks and healthcare areas. People are very concerned about privacy and data security. CIOs ranked that as 24% of CIOs ranked that as their #1 concern was data security.
Data security, wow. Yeah. Not a surprise given what's happening on the internet all over the place. Yeah,
for sure.
What about areas like, I'll tell you something, as you try to get home renovations done, for instance, and those kinds of things, tradespeople are hard to find. Definitely. I mean, 2011, was that growing? Is it going to happen again in 2012?
So I think in 2011, at the end of the year, we saw some statistics that showed construction jobs down. I think where you'll see the growth is in skilled trades, so electricians on the construction side of things, and then on the manufacturing, tool and die makers. Those people aren't really coming out of the colleges as much as they used to be and going through the apprentice programs, and so colleges are really placing an emphasis on getting those people into the workforce.
And they should think about it because the money's pretty good in those areas.
Oh, for sure.
What about the other growing area, of course, that we saw through really the last 2 or 3 years is social media. Is that continuing to expand?
For sure. So there's a bit of a shift away from traditional media into social media. Some of the areas of concern or some of the negatives you hear on that is maybe lower pay, but the other side, as it becomes more and more acceptable, companies are going to place those in their job portfolio. I believe that wages will go up, and the job satisfaction in those areas is very, very high. People love doing that job.
Yeah, because they're trolling the internet the whole time. The problem is, how do you get training for that, really? I mean, tradespeople, you go to trade schools.
For sure.
Finance, you go to business schools, those kinds of social media. Where do you get your training?
That's a good question. I think it's such a new field that people are looking for real young people at this point that have grown up on it. But I think at one point, colleges will start to tap into that, and there'll be some kind of formalized process, but I'm not aware of anything at this point.
Finance, I assume you're looking at expansion for retirement planning and those kinds of things. Is that where the finance is going to grow?
I think one of the areas of finance, aside from looking at the retirement side of things, is just keeping companies more compliant and transparent with all of the economic concerns and meltdowns. Companies have a lot more regulations and a lot more areas that they have to be diligent in as far as their finances go, and so I think you'll see a lot more financial people being hired.
Yeah, people like accountants, those kinds of things.
For sure.
Jeff, great to have you in here. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
We'll see you in the new year, and
bet.
we'll see how your predictions play out.
Sounds good.
Geoff Bagg is the Chief Executive Officer of the Bagg Group. Coming up, though, You Said It, where we get to your viewer email. Don't go away.